GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump announced his plan to cut $20 billion from public schools during a campaign rally in Cleveland this week. The cuts would affect over 21 million children living in poverty, and Title I funding, which since 1965 has helped raise the academic achievement of disadvantaged students, and eliminate up to 500,000 teaching positions from already overcrowded classrooms. The plan also calls for cutting $12.7 billion in services for children with disabilities. You're going to like the job I do, folks. I'm going to do such a great job. The next day, he added to the plan, saying he would create block grants for states to disburse school vouchers, which are publicly funded scholarships to privately run schools. School vouchers mainly help upper and middle class families because they only pay for part of the tuition, and poor families can't afford to pay the difference. Mr. Trump promised, "As president, I will establish the national goal of providing school choice to every American child living in poverty," apparently unaware that the charter school he was speaking at has received failing grades from the state. Much like the rest of the schools of choice in Ohio, conservatives seemed relieved that their candidate is finally towing the party line after a summer of spontaneously combusting on the campaign trail. But education advocates decried the plan, saying he hasn't even bothered consulting with teachers. In Ohio, we've seen more than enough of the solutions Donald Trump is selling. Unregulated, unaccountable for-profit charter schools, like the one Trump is visiting today, have destabilized our public districts, defrauded taxpayers, and left our kids and educators worse off, not better. The plan also calls for an end to due process, which protects teachers from overzealous administrators, and promotes merit pay, which has been shown to be ineffective, especially where critical teaching shortages continue to plague struggling schools. The mercurial candidate has repeatedly said on the campaign trail he wants to abolish the Department of Education, but conservatives have been trying to do that since Ronald Reagan. And by the way, firing 500,000 teachers would prove to be a heavy lift should he manage to win the White House in November. If you found the information in this video helpful, go ahead and share it with a friend. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you can find us again next week.